Hi guys, welcome back. Today I have another glute focus workout for you. I know you guys love these just as much as I do. So I went ahead and filmed one for all of you, and this one was a killer, but it was amazing. So go ahead and screenshot the screen if you want to try it out for yourselves. So all of these movements we are doing are going to do the best that they can at isolating your glutes or targeting your glutes as much as possible. Now obviously when you're using certain compound movements, naturally other muscle groups are still going to come into play, but all of these movements do the best that they can at really isolating and targeting in on those glutes as much as you can in certain movements. Now, when it comes to isolating your glutes, it's really all about that mind muscle connection and really just being in tune with your body. I know when starting out, it can be kind of difficult to not allow your quads or hamstrings to take over in a movement, but just really working on a good warm up, making sure that you have your movement patterns down and really taking the movement slow and controlled when starting out and just getting used to your body is really going to help a lot. And then eventually it'll just become an easy breezy thing to do. So we are starting off with the barbell hip thrust, which what you are seeing me do right now. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. This is an exercise I always do on my glute focused days. It's like the number one go-to exercise for building the glutes. We did start off with a warm-up set, and now right now you guys are watching me do the working sets, which is going to be 10 reps, then 8 reps, and then 6 reps. So every time you are declining in reps, you are upping the weight. So just use weight that is appropriate for you and your fitness level. Don't ever worry about, using weight compared to somebody else, because that's not going to do you any justice at all. You want to choose weight that is challenging for the reps you are given, but you can still control the weight and get the correct contact in the correct certain muscle groups. So once you finish those 6 reps, I want you to take a 1-minute rest and then get into your drop set immediately after that. It really helps if you have a partner. Luckily, my boyfriend trains with me, so I can use him. But just if asking somebody that's in the gym around you or somebody that works there, or hopefully you have a friend with you, and go ahead and get into your drop set. So you're going to do 10 reps when you drop the weight from your 6-rep set. Then you're going to drop the weight again and do 20 reps, which you're going to be really feeling the burn. And then you're going to drop that and then get into 20 more body weight hip thrusts, which are extremely challenging. Probably feels almost as challenging as when doing your heavy 6 reps with the heavy weight. So just do the best that you can and making sure to really squeeze at the top, go down until you start to lose that contact in your glutes, and then fire right back up. Moving into the next exercise is going to be elevated sumo deadlifts. I did call this semi just because I'm in more of a moderate wide stance. That's just a stance that works best for me in particular. So do as wide as you need to for your sumo deadlifts. Now for these, I definitely suggest using a kettlebell as long as you have access to kettlebells that are enough challenging weight for you. Luckily, my gym has that. If not, you can use dumbbells. I just always find kettlebells to be the best weight equipment to use for this exercise. Now, one thing I want to point out is that whenever, especially when I am doing sumo variations of deadlifts, I always find it extremely important for me to make sure that I'm firing up at the top and getting that posterior pelvic tilt and that strong glute squeeze at the top, since this is an amazing glute exercise, but obviously your hamstrings are definitely going to be a dominant role as well in this movement. So just making sure that you're getting that full length in your glutes throughout the bottom of the movement, and then firing up and getting that full squeeze at the top of your glutes is really just going to help ensure that you're getting the best glute contact possible in your sumo deadlifts. Next exercise is going to be 1 1/4 wide stance squats. I'm doing these on a Smith machine. No, you don't have to. You can do them free weight if you would like. I just always prefer to do my wide stance squats on a Smith machine. I've explained that before on my channel, but just to reiterate, yes, I always prefer a Smith machine for this exercise. Now for this exercise, you're going to start at the top, go down, come up 1/4 of the way, go back down, and then come up to full extension. Now adding in that quarter pulse at the bottom of the movement is going to help help keep your glutes under tension for a longer period of time in this exercise, especially when you've been training as long as I have. It's always good to mess around with different variables in your workouts. So whether that's using different tempos or adding in different variations of a particular exercise, things to help you activate or isolate certain muscle groups more or in different ways than you're typically used to. And that's just really going to help shock your muscles, shock your body, kind of challenge your body in different ways than you have before, and just keep things fun and fresh and keep the results coming. Next exercise is going to be a cable quadruped bent knee hip extension, which is really just the fancy term for a donkey kick. It's a scientific term and some people do use that. And so if anybody was wondering what the heck is that exercise, it's just basically the fancy way of saying a donkey kick. Now, my gym does not have the actual quadruped machine to where you just stack plates on it and you're pushing the weight up. So that is why I do like to use a cable machine for this exercise, and it still works great. You just put that ankle strap around your foot, you're good to go. You can also do these using a leg extension machine if you're tiny enough to get under it and you're able to stabilize your foot on the pad and just push it up that way. A lot of people do it that way. I'm just tall and I have long limbs and I can't get myself under that thing, but do it whichever way you can. But this is just an amazing exercise to really isolate and target your glutes, and keeping your leg bent throughout the entire movement will help to eliminate any hamstring activation. Now, getting into the next exercise is no shocker on my channel. This is like, without a doubt, I never skip this exercise, and these are going to be hip abductions. I do like to sit at the edge of the seat and lean forward and grab onto the machine. That's just what helps me get the best activation in this exercise. Now, for these, I did add in a tempo variation. So what 1-0-3 means is that you're going to take 1 second to push the weight out, no pause, since that's what the 0 means, and then you're going to take 3 seconds to lower the weight back in. This again is going to help keep your glutes under tension for a longer period of time and really get some activation and burn going on in those glutes. So just make sure that you are lowering in as slow as you possibly can for the 3 seconds, and then push back out for 1 second, no pause, and then get right back into those 3 seconds. And the last exercise is going to be some rounded back extensions. Rounding your back like so is going to help eliminate any lower back activation as much as possible. And for these, you just want to make sure that you are squeezing the crap out of your glutes during this exercise. And this exercise is really great at that shelf booty, really targeting those upper glutes. So just go ahead, hold on to your body, round the top, come up only to where you get the most squeeze and activation in your glutes, lower back down, and you are good to go. That was the entire workout. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, bye guys.